This is Monkey World in Dorset, the largest ape and monkey rescue centre on the planet. Today on Monkey Life. Surprise in the Chimp Nursery as Tough Nut Seamus starts a gentle play session. But can he keep his wild side under control? There's some growing up to be done as orangutan Aris graduates from the nursery and meets bruiser Gordon.
Good boy. No, careful. The thing is, if you can keep it calm, if you can just have some influence on that. Gordon, no. Then hopefully it will make the introduction go that bit more smoothly. No, I'm not doing the rough games, and neither's he.
And keeper Mike brings the woolly monkey baby to meet his own kind for the very first time.
There. Is that your little son? He's a handsome boy like you, isn't he?
When Monkey World rescues a primate, it has a home here for the rest of its life. This means constantly ensuring each ape and monkey is living in the right group. Today, it's all changed for one of the park's orangutans, Aris. He's moving out of the orang nursery and into Gordon's adult group.
You know, he's getting quite old now for the nursery. He's quite focused on some of the little girls. I mean, he's not a big problem, but he likes to play really, really rough, which is great, but some of the younger kids are not quite so impressed with all that. So it's better to do it when he's young, and God will hopefully accept him as a little kid rather than a rival male.
Aris is too big to be carried to his new enclosure. At his age and size, he would normally have to be sedated, but an anaesthetic isn't the healthiest option for him. So, over the past few weeks, the primate care staff have been teaching Aris to walk into a travelling box.
Good boy, Aris.
We don't want to anaesthetise him to move him because he's only a little kid, and the risks outweigh the benefits there. So what we'll do is we'll try and get him in. We have special treats. Penny's gone and got chocolate raisins and cherries and all sorts of stuff like that. So if he doesn't go in today, we just try another day and we just keep trying until he goes in.
Aris has been happy to walk into his box on many occasions. But today is moving day and Aris just isn't playing ball.
Well, last time he took about 5 minutes before he actually went in, didn't he? So he's
Surely a bribe of his favourite sweets will get him into the box.
Actually, hang on, he's only got one fingertip out.
Eat your sweets and get in the box.
Apparently not.
He's gone all the way in now and left one hand out, which he quite often does. So now it's just a case of getting that last hand in and we can close his slide. So it might take another few minutes, but he's doing pretty well at the moment.
Good boy. Eat right then.
Next up, chocolate raisins. Aris is fond of chocolate raisins, but just how fond? Very fond.
Right.
Later, a big challenge awaits Aris as he comes face to face with a large male orang for the first time.
Yes, good boy.
Gordon.
Gordon, no.
And there's a potentially serious medical problem for capuchin monkey Tom.
When a keeper's flagged up that he had a black lump in the mouth, that can be a melanoma and it can be extremely aggressive, very serious. And Tom's chances wouldn't be good under those circumstances.
On the other side of the park, keeper Mike is taking the hand-reared baby woolly monkey to see what other woolies look like for the very first time.
No. Come here. Here's Lavar. Lavar. Oh. There. Is that your little son? He's a handsome boy like you, isn't he? Oh. Oh. When we do any hand rearing, it's really, really so important that the animal grows up thinking of itself as whatever it is. So what we do with them, provided the baby's healthy and the animals are healthy here, We'll bring them down straight away to the house as soon as possible so that they grow up knowing and hearing the woolly monkeys around them and get used to the noises. He's got to grow up thinking of himself as a woolly monkey. It is very easy when you're hand-rearing to totally humanise them.
The baby is just 3 weeks old and is being hand-reared because he didn't feed from his mother. Mike and the park's director, Alison, take it in turns to look after him. This is a challenging job, as only 2 woolly monkeys in the world have survived being hand-reared.
That's 1 mil. Good boy. Here you go. Here you go.
And this baby's brother, Julio, is one of them. While he was being hand-reared, he would be regularly brought down to visit the woolly monkey house.
Are you hiding? Good boy.
After 7 months, he joined his family full-time. This is also the plan for this little one.
Julio went in so well into this group. I mean, it really was unbelievable. Hello, little man. What are you doing, eh? You've got yoghurt all over your tummy. You're a messy boy, aren't you? We started off introducing Julio first to Susie, and Susie's a really kind lady. She's fabulous, you know, she wouldn't hurt a fly. And then we just gradually introduced the rest of the group one by one.
Most of the park's woolies are given South American names, as this is where woolly monkeys come from.
No, we haven't named him yet. We're just in the process of collecting lots of different names from the keepers who work with the woolly monkeys. Then I'm sure Alison will get together with everybody and we'll hit upon a name.
But this baby may end up with something a bit more British.
I think Dave is a popular one. I don't know. I mean, to me, it doesn't really matter what they're called, you know. But, yeah, he needs a name other than Little Man or Little Fella or something, or worse.
Back with orangutan Aris, his big day continues. He's moved out of the orangutan nursery and into Gordon's adult group.
Oh no, we'll push that. There we go.
He's settling well into his new home, so the team have decided he's ready to face his biggest challenge of the day. He's going to meet 10-year-old Gordon. Aris can see Gordon and the other adults opposite him. The noises he's making are different to his usual squeaks.
Easy, small boy.
This is actually a more adult noise he's making now. He's slightly worried, he's slightly angry, he's a little bit stressed out, so that's more of an alarm, more of a slightly aggressive, just kind of what's going on kind of thing, because this was not what he had planned for today. He had today planned running about in the nursery with the little kids.
You coming in next?
Although Gordon is 10 years old, in orang years he's already a teenager. And like a lot of teenagers, he can be unpredictable. So before Gordon and Aris make full contact, they'll be introduced to each other through the mesh.
Aris, Gordon.
They're both interested and intrigued. But there are no aggressive signs, so it's decided to let them meet face to face. And, as always, animal manager Jeremy is on hand to try and keep the peace.
Hello, young man.
Are we ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Are you ready?
Yeah. Hello, Gord. What are you doing in there? Come on. Come on. Who's that? Who's that? You be good boy. Hello? What are you doing? You're okay. Well, no, I'm not playing rough games. It's not gonna happen. Okay? No rough games. We're gonna be nice to Aris, okay?
Gordon is used to young males as he lives with 2-year-old Kai. Gordon and Kai get along really well and often play, so hopefully Gordon will welcome Aris into his group.
You have to take... Oh, good boy. No. Careful. Careful. That's good. We're good. That's good. Check him out.
Aris, on the other hand, has no experience with adult males. But as he's an outgoing orang and Jeremy is close by, he should be just fine.
No, I'm not doing the rough games, and neither's he. We don't do rough games. At the moment, I'm just trying to keep Gordon calm. The thing is, if you can keep it calm, if you can just have some influence on that, Gordon, no. Then hopefully it will make the introduction go that bit more smoothly. My control over Gordon is pretty limited. He wants to wrestle me, and I'm not going to play. And if I carry on like that, then you've got about that much control over the situation, which is better than nothing. It's also a distraction from him focusing. If he's focusing too rough on Harris, that's obviously a bad thing. Yes, good boy.
The way to most animals' hearts is through their stomach.
Harris, you're a good boy. See, Harris wants one, and Gordon wants one. That's OK.
And it's also the way to Jeremy's.
We just have a little grape fest. One for you. One for you. One for me. Should have done this with pork scratchings, because they're much nicer.
It's a good sign that Gordon's happy to have Harris this close when food is around. But Jeremy's not ready to leave them alone together just yet.
It's all yours, Gordon.
Come on.
It's time to separate them.
No. If I go through
But Gordon has other ideas.
Well, it's not going to just go through the grape?
I don't think so. It's much more fun to beat me up. You come through for the grape.
Harris is confident and his first meeting has gone well. But he needs a rest now. Because later on, Harris meets one of the new ladies in his life, Xiao Lan. And the primate care staff have to keep a close eye on Capuchin Tom.
This is a lot of fat.
Yeah, he's really fat.
It isn't funny, amusing, cute, or anything. It's a problem.
This afternoon, in Monkey World's medical room, there's concern for the alpha male capuchin monkey, Tom.
Tom has got some funny little lumps in his mouth that we just want John to have a look at. And he's tried to have a look through the mesh and can't get any decent diagnosis like that, so we're just going to anaesthetise him and have a proper look.
12-year-old Tom lives with 3 other capuchin monkeys rescued from the pet trade. Today in Britain, anyone with the correct licence can own one of these primates. But often people don't know how to look after them properly. The capuchins now at the park were all found in solitary confinement and had been fed the wrong foods. Tom in particular was hugely overweight. He's since been on a diet, but his weight loss has been slow.
I'm going in. Come on, Tom.
Jeremy has a good relationship with Tom, so he wants to get him out of the box by hand rather than injecting him.
Come on, Tom.
Tom's not happy about it, but it's healthier for him. Although he will still need anaesthetic gas for John to be able to examine him. But gas is not as risky as an injection.
If you can use gas, it induces them very quickly. In other words, they go to sleep very quickly. Conversely, they wake up very quickly. It doesn't rely on any drug having to be metabolised or broken down in the body. We don't have to use other drugs to reverse them. This animal's overweight. He's relatively old. So there is a possibility that his liver and his kidneys won't be functioning at 100%. Now, you need those 2 organs functioning well to metabolise or eliminate injectable anaesthetic drugs. So in his case, if we can mask him down, we're reducing the risks for him. We'll get a quicker recovery for him, but he is overweight, and that can be a risk factor for some injectables.
Now Tom is fully sedated, John and Monkey World's vet Femke can check on the mysterious lumps in his mouth.
Are you talking about these little black tips to the comb under the tongue?
Yep, that's what she was talking about, and there was some on the top of there. She was concerned there was some lumps down there as well.
Well, they're normal. That's all normal. When the keeper's flagged up that he had a black lump in the mouth, that can be a melanoma and it can be extremely aggressive, very serious. And Tom's chances wouldn't be good under those circumstances. As it happens, we've had a good look under the tongue and it's just normal pigmentation that they've seen. And presumably they've seen it for the first time a few weeks ago, hadn't an opportunity to see it before. That worried them, so we've checked him out. But there's not a suggestion of it in the mouth. He has a normal mouth, so no, that's good. And in the meantime, we've got a blood sample from him, so we can check his kidneys and liver function and general health as well. So we'll take the opportunity to do that. Well, yeah, but 3...
It's good news for Tom, but he does have a more serious ongoing problem.
This is a lot of fat on him.
Yeah, he's really fat. But the problem is he's the dominant male, so he grabs everyone's food. And if you separate them for a long time, that's also not very nice for the group. Okay, I'll put him onto pure oxygen now, and then we can put him into his box.
Absolutely.
Put the box, come here, please.
Right.
There you go, my man.
He's got this great big tie around his neck, which is a problem. You know, you get an animal this weight, you've got a problem. It isn't funny, amusing, cute, or anything. It's a problem.
The primate care staff will have to carefully consider Tom's diet and feeding habits.
Have a look at what you're feeding. Are you feeding lots of nuts, for example?
No, I mean, because they're all as a group, they've all kind of been put on Tom's diet, but quantity-wise, because TJ and Gizmo were quite thin, we were actually having to give them extras all the time.
Yeah, that's
so
a bit difficult.
You turn your back for 5 minutes and Tom's grabbed their banana, but we're now separating them at night time, so we're just figuring out how we can really try and minimise Tom's ability to gain food for himself.
You do need to.
Later, will orangutan Aris be able to charm the new lady in his life? The park's nursery gives the younger chimps a chance to develop social skills that'll be necessary for them when they move on to one of the adult groups. But there's one chimp who's spent more time here than anyone else. 8-year-old Seamus. He's either causing trouble with the other chimps or chilling out with his foster mum, Sally. The pair share a special bond. Just like humans, chimpanzees develop their own unique personalities, and Seamus's personality is certainly unique. He's mischievous, inquisitive, and always in the thick of it at playtime. Brian is the new boy in this group. To begin with, he was nervous of boisterous Seamus. But now they play happily together. Although chimps are clever, some are cleverer than others, and most are cleverer than Seamus. He's much bigger than the others in the group and is well known for being rowdy and rough. But today he seems to be on his best behaviour. And Seamus's gentle play is also popular with toddler Ash and cheeky Ben. Eventually, Seamus will have to move into a more adult group. But as long as he carries on playing nicely with the youngsters, there'll be many more rough and tumble sessions for the little ones to enjoy.
Right, she's good people, she is. And there's that little...
Back with Aris, it's time for his next meeting. It's with female Xiao Lan. She's a placid orangutan, so hopefully they'll hit it off. And Aris is definitely intrigued at the new face staring back at him.
Go open the door. You ready? All right, darling. Good.
Having finished her banana, she's ready to say hello.
Who we got here? Is that good? It's a girl for you.
Hey, little man.
Check that little boy out.
Xiao Lan adopts a non-threatening pose. This helps Aris to relax and encourages play. But Aris is a bit too wary to join in. Xiao Lan reacts perfectly to Aris's nervousness by backing off and turning her attention to Jeremy.
Okay. Kissing and stuff. It's not that sort of program. We don't do the kissing stuff. Is this all right? You You're doing very well. It's a girl thing and being more mature. Obviously, she's very interested in him. She needs to check him out, which she is doing. Good girl. That's nice. But she doesn't have this competitive, physical thing that the male would have. It's just really that simple.
In the wild, orangutans are thought to be semi-solitary. The number of social interactions seen in one day in a chimp group might occupy an entire year in an orang's social diary. But in captivity, they clearly enjoy companionship.
I should give him a thumb for that.
Aris is used to adult females as he's lived with our mate for the last 3 years. And soon, he's confident enough to react to her advances, albeit somewhat aggressively. But Xiaolan doesn't take offence. She'll just keep on trying until he's relaxed enough to join in properly.
Boy, no, be nice to him. Be nice to that boy. Good girl. Good girl. Be nice.
Xiaolan is doing all the right things to try and make Aris feel relaxed. If the meeting stays this positive, the pair will be left to bond with each other overnight. Next time, orangutan Aris meets bundle of energy Kai and his mum Xiao Kuai. Chimp Susie takes her new baby outside for the first time. And things take a turn for the worse in the chimp nursery as naughty Seamus gets out of control.
Those two little children down there, they're frightened to come up here because you're such a bully. Do you get that? So you're going to have to go and live in the bachelors.